Assalamu alaikum everyone. I know it's been a while. I just thought I'd drop a quick message just to see how everyone's doing. I know for a fact that a lot of you, yeah, I know for a fact that a lot of you are starting to go back to school, are preparing to go back, whether that's via distance learning or whether that is face to face if you have the opportunity and your school permits. Wherever you are in the world, I wish you the best of luck. And I just want to mention this point that look, it's very difficult, and it has been a very difficult time for everyone, not just yourselves as young people growing up. I look out the window sometimes and I see people playing football and riding on their bicycles, and I'm talking young people around about your age, most of you, and I think to myself, should they be doing that, shouldn't they? I'm not going to judge, but all I'm going to say is, you know what's going on. Try your best to stay safe and do what you can to stop this from spreading even more. Not just for your sakes, for your parents, for everybody around you. It's a collective effort. Everybody needs to try and do their part. Now, I really wanted to just point out the fact that you are going back in very, very weird circumstances. We couldn't have predicted this. Even as teachers and adults, we are not fully prepared for this. If I'm being fully honest with you, like I always am, or try to be, it's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be very, very hard for you to try and adapt to what's going on at this moment in time. But we have to get through it, honestly. Going back to school, it makes me smile. It's one of the best times of year. You get to see everyone after the holidays. You get to see them, talk to them about what they've been doing, catch up with your friends, make new friends as well. And it's always exciting. Something that I really look forward to. Sort of. But yeah, this time it's really awkward. It's really, really awkward. I've been sat, I've got my own office now, so when I sit in my office, it's really kind of depressing, to be honest with you, because there's no students in school. I don't get to see many staff members. I have to close my door for health and safety reasons, and everything, most of the meetings, should I say, are done online. So the few meetings that we do have face to face, even then I can't really, there's not much you can do in a mask that's covering your face, etc. So we work with it. And you gotta be thankful. You really do. You have to be thankful. If I hope, and do let me know in the comments as well, because there's only a small number of you guys, and I know most of you anyway by name. So let me know how you are, in terms of, just if you want to speak, if you want to comment or say anything, just do it. One thing is not interacting and physically and in your normal setting, but even online. A lot of people, they watch videos and they watch funny things and all that kind of stuff, but they don't really communicate with the person who is behind the camera, or themselves even. I have many friends on Facebook and other Instagram and stuff, and we don't really talk to each other anymore, but we're still friends because we shared a long journey together, through school and work perhaps, or something like that. But I can't really reach out to them and ask them for help, or say, look, I'm struggling, or I need someone to talk to about something. And that's where you guys need to help each other out as well. And inshallah, when things get going and I start fixing whatever I need to do on the website, I do want to create a channel or an avenue where people can actually just ask for help or talk to each other. But this is obviously the future. It's just in the back of my head, because I know for a fact a lot of adults that I've heard of, not necessarily that I know them personally, have struggled during this time and still are. People have lost their jobs, people have lost their homes. It's really not a good time. And although things are picking up again in parts of the world, and tourism's opening up and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't mean that this virus has stopped and that the rate of infection has stopped and that it's going to be over anytime soon. It could be like this for the future as we know it. It could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be even like this, it could be like this for the next 5 or 10 years. We don't actually know. But inshallah, things will hopefully get better, but that takes effort from It takes effort and sacrifice from everybody. So to you young people out there, I know you've been struggling. I know you've been fighting with your parents to let you out or go places or do certain things and try to get back to your routines. When you do go back, if you are face to face and if you are learning with the obviously the tables will be set apart and things, please, it's not funny to actually play around in this kind of situation. It's actually a really serious situation, and you have to take it on board, and you have to try your hardest not to play around and just make jokes of the situation, because lots of people have lost their lives, lots of people have lost others that they've known or that their family members, friends even, and you don't know what somebody else is going through. So to you maybe it's just a joke, but to somebody else it could be very offensive. And I don't think there's anything funny or anything humorous about the actual situation as it stands. I'll tell you what happens though. Most people, when they don't know how to speak about something or they get a little bit nervous, they make a joke of it. I do it loads. I mean, whenever I'm nervous about a situation or if I'm going to talk about something serious, I generally make a joke of it. So I'm just telling you from my personal perspective. But all I'm going to say is just be careful and just be wary of the fact that it has affected people in many different ways. And although you might not be saying it on purpose, might not be making a joke on purpose, it may come across like that to somebody else. So just bear that in mind as well, because I know you're a respectable bunch of followers, I have to call you now, since I don't teach you anymore, most of you. So inshallah, I do hope that things get back together. To some extent. I myself have suffered a lot. I say suffered, but alhamdulillah, I'm fine. My family is good. We have a roof over our head. We've had food throughout this whole time. So I've got so much to be thankful for. However, mentally, it has had an impact on me. I'm not going to say that it hasn't. It's been one of the most depressing, isolating times for a long time for me, and I'm talking about it openly, and it's out here for the public to see as well. So if you are going through anything, or if you've got something that's in the back of your mind and you're thinking, oh gosh, because when you're having negative thoughts, sometimes you tend to think it's just yourself, but I'm putting it out there. Yeah, I've been struggling, yeah, and it's not been easy for me, but alhamdulillah, I've got my coping strategies, and I hope you can develop and find some as well. And I hope that you get to see, or not just get to see, I hope that you get to learn a lot from this, and you learn to appreciate a lot of the things that you and perhaps most people take for granted. I myself included in that as well. So I'm just going to end this video by saying that I am planning to start doing more of these short videos. I say short, it's like 8.5 minutes now, just to talk to you, because I think the teaching aspect of it, there's only so much that I can actually give. I do teach, obviously that's my profession, and I can teach different subjects, same way that you guys can receive information from different teachers and study so many different subjects. So don't be like thinking, wow, he can teach English and maths and a bit of science. It's just a skill that I know how to put something across in a meaningful way, so it can be taken in as information and retained, hopefully. But that being said, I'll push that aside rather. You are in a situation where your education is very important for you in the future, and especially now with a lot of job losses and things that are going on. I don't like to talk too much about this kind of stuff, finances and all this thing, but you know what, it's really important, and I try to make an effort to talk about this kind of stuff to my students. If you're not anybody who's watching this, who's perhaps an adult or a parent, I make a big thing of taking time out to speak to my students about life, perhaps how mortgages work, how you'd get a loan from the bank, or how you would just generally pay your taxes, where do they go to, what do they go towards, this kind of thing, rather than just saying, hey, this is how you work out Pythagoras' theorem only. I have to do it because it's on the curriculum, and I have to do it because it's part of the exams, and that's what's going to get you through to where you need to be. But at the same time, it's not the be all and end all. So I stopped making a lot of the teaching videos. I did say that to a lot of my students on my last meeting with them, that I'm just going to take some family time, and I think I'm going to make a regular habit of doing so as well. Because once you start making videos on YouTube and you get lots of people asking you, can you give me the answers for this, or can you help me with this? I myself, I try my best to do as much as I can for whoever asks for help. So but every so often, you know, I need to take some time out for myself and my family as well. So that's my summertime. So I haven't uploaded much over the last couple of months, but that's because I've been focusing on other things which are very important for me. So if you do have anything that you want to talk about, or if you need any help or any topics or anything like that, just get in touch and I'll try my best. I'm not going to promise anything that I can't deliver straight away, but I'll work on it. And I've got a few other teachers now who have been interested after seeing my work, and they are willing to help out and want to get involved as well. So inshallah, there'll be a few more of us. Perhaps you might even see one or two others recording on the channel themselves, if they feel like it. If they don't, I'm definitely going to be using their resources. They've said to me that I can use them, given me the permission. So you'll be getting to see a different style of teaching, because I'll be using somebody else's lessons, all free of course, to try and get you guys through this difficult time. But not just this, even for the future as well. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet now. It's gone over almost 12 minutes. Yeah, inshallah, keep up with the videos, drop a comment, let me know how you're doing, and I'll catch you in the next one.